Good morning and welcome to Rebellion Off-Road. Today's garage project, we're going to take care of Colleen's death wobble. Now, death wobble is all in perception. There is a phenomenon that happens when either you have low quality parts that I'm finding out, and we're going to address that today in the garage. Today we have this bracket that we're going to install. It's by Steer Smarts. It's the Yeti XD sector support frame side track bar reinforcement bracket. And what it's going to do is going to have basically it stiffens up all the support parts of this steering from factory. This bracket's weak in the steering box assembly. What happens is it pivots in there, and that adds to tolerances that loosen up over time and give this thing a death wobble. Now, it's not the only thing we're going to do. This is going to be part one of our install, and part two will be replacing the track bar and the drag link on this vehicle, and we're going to get it all set up and ready to go, and that should take care of anything that she has in the future. Yeti XD makes an excellent product by what I've seen so far. They got excellent online instructions on how-tos, so I think anybody can do this. I'm not a mechanic, so we're going to attempt this first, get the steering box stiffened up, and then we'll see the rest of it and how it all goes together. You'll need some tools, of course, that goes with this. A wide range of sockets. The actual one nut in here that we have to take off is way up in here. It's this big one, and it's a 42 millimeters. So we're going to have to take that one off. I got a socket for that. I just went to Princess Auto and picked one up. I think they're about, I don't know, $18 or something like that. But it's the one-time use, maybe, unless I do it to my JK. But I haven't had troubles with my JK, so we'll start the install, and we'll touch back and forth here as I get close to removing some stuff. So we're going to take off this track bar. It's 21 millimeter locking nut, and extensions. You kind of need a few extensions here. Yeah. I already started breaking loose this already. Like that. Pop it out. I'm assuming all these nuts and bolts won't be that tight or loose because the dealer should have been in and out of here a few times by now. And I can tell because the paste they use on the threads here is like that. That's the track bar. It's removed. Now I got to remove the 4 bolts for the steering. I'll have to pry this out. They tell you to get a ratchet strap, hook it in here and tie it to the frame and ratchet it so it's out of the way of these upper ones. I don't really know how well they're not really in my way, but we're going to try it anyways. So the instructions tell you to put a ratchet strap on this spring and to the body mount, or the frame I guess in this case, and it's just to pull that spring out of the way. That's good enough. Okay, and that gives me access to the bolts a lot easier with whatever tooling you might have. So I'll get those out next. Okay, so I had to go to the store and get a different type of socket because the one that was there was kind of gnarled from the factory or from the shop. So I had to go get a bigger one in order to get this off. They don't come off easy. It's the sector shaft nut. So we're getting rid of that one. This will be the new one that we put on. And we have to put some red Loctite on the threads. And then this washer, once Loctite's on here, we put the washer on and we screw it back up onto the pitman arm up here. You can see it up there. Now it's just a thread. So we'll screw that back on, torque it down, and then we'll move on to taking the other bolts out. Okay, so I got that sector nut on and I torqued it to 177 foot-pounds, as it is instructed. Now we're going to put some anti-seize on that sector shaft nut, just around the whole thing. And that's just to prevent it from seizing on if you ever have to take it off, like so. Okay. Next, we're going to take off these 4 bolts here to loosen that so we can get the new bracket in place. Okay, so we're ready to install the bracket. We're at the final stage here. I got the 4 bolts already with the blue Loctite. That's what it's requesting. So I'll put this in place, put the track bar nut in just to hold it in the old bracket that's existing, and then I'll put the 4 back in here. Hopefully. My luck hasn't been the best. Something like that. And you got to put this in here just to hold it.
Just a little bit.
Like that. So now the bracket can be held on its own. Now we just got to finagle these 4 back in there.
Did you just say finagle?
Finagle. I don't know if it's a word that many people use, but so we're ready to install this pivot bearing now, and this flat part goes to the front and this curved part goes to the back. I got everything still loose here, so it's still might need to love tap that on there. Need a rubber
Okay, I'll get it for you.
mallet.
Yeah, I'll get you a rubber mallet.
Shaft bearing on here. I don't know if you can get under there. So we just put this on with a rubber mallet, and then we're going to put these bolts in through the side here to fasten it. We're going to put blue Loctite on it, and then we're going to tighten to 35 foot-pounds, I believe it is. I'm going to check it out, but that's where they go anyways. So this thread in and holds that collar on there. Put one on that side, put some Loctite on the other one. Just blue Loctite is all they ask for on these. Just put a little dab. If you guys haven't used these paste type ones or these gel ones, they're awesome. You don't pour it all over yourself. Still get it everywhere, but not all over. Now this one has to go on the back side of this.
Okay.
So you gotta kind of look with your eyes closed. Right there. Well, welcome back. We're complete on our mission here. We put our track bar back on. We torqued that to 135 foot-pounds like it says to. We put some, I think we put some Loctite on it. Yes, we did. We put some blue Loctite on it. We've torqued the small ones up here to 35 foot-pounds, and these ones are up to 40 foot-pounds. Not a lot of torque on those, but I don't imagine.
Hi everyone, it's Colleen from Rebellion Off-Road. We are not going out this weekend, so the Jeep wheels will not be meeting the trails. This weekend we actually decided just to give it a break and just move forward with some of the small details that we have to do with the Jeeps. So that's what we're going to do. It also gives everybody time in Alberta to fight the wildfires, and they don't have to worry about dealing with people who are off-roading in the backcountry, and it's high risk right now. So we'll stay at home and follow rules, and we'll do some repairs and little maintenance on both Jeeps. So I'm just going to do a small review. Paul is working on my Jeep today. I don't even know what he's doing. I'm not even about to explain. So I thought that I would do a small review on a product that we bought for both Jeeps. My Jeep is an Alien sunscreen, and Paul's is a Rugged Ridge sunscreen. So I'm in Paul's Jeep right now, and he purchased this Rugged Ridge, and I'll just show you. Probably be a little bit hard to see, but it is a bikini top for the T-roof section of your Jeep. Now, if you notice, what I notice in it is very loose. So very loose around the edges. It's not form fitted. It looks like it could be much tighter. Paul is having difficulties putting his T-roofs on while this is, and keep in mind, so when Paul purchased these two bikinis, we were told that they are capable of just keeping them on year round and just putting the T-roofs over top. What Paul is finding now is that he's having difficulties putting the T-roof on while this is on his. Now, once again, his is a rugged ridge, so his is different than mine. From what I see of it, it's loose fitting, which it shouldn't be. It should be fairly tight. Even in appearance, it's loose. Not just by touch, but by appearance, this is loose. Also, the other issue that he's having is that the straps are breaking, which is not at all a great thing to have happen. So what I don't mind looks like, and you will see the difference in how it is formed and fitted to the T-roof area. Okay, so we're at my Jeep now. Paul is working on my Jeep, so I got to be careful. It's all hoisted up. I will show you what mine looks like. Now, you can tell the difference that mine is much more form fitted all the way around. You can see it's tight and it fits very nicely with my T-roofs. And I've had no problems with the straps busting either or loosening. So you can see all the way around. It's not like Paul's. So it's this one here. So it's Alien Sunshade. And I would say probably one of the best products. And I'm pretty happy with it thus far. Okay.
So what's left now is we're going to install the tire, and we'll take it for a little cruise to see how it's doing, see if there's any noticeable change for Colleen. Until the next one, we'll see you then.